Hey guys, welcome back to World's End Club. Last time, what exactly was gypped onto my neck? I really don't know. It looked like a cool scarf, but it was also a weird bug that hacked into me brain. But no, look at Poochie! Look at Poochie and his scruffy scruff hair. I don't know if he's gonna keep that scruff, but it looks like we're going to the rooftop of the school. Everyone's gonna be alright. Right? I have no idea. Okay, with that said, let's get started. I have played too much of this game. I'm getting attached to it. I'm not sure it's a good or a bad thing at this point.
You guys made it safe and sound!
Yeah, things got kind of crazy, but we made it through somehow.
Amazing! You guys really flew here in that UFO.
Are you really that surprised?
A little bit.
Finding out you're a robot, Poochie, was way more of a shock.
And the fact that Mochan can turn into a chunk of iron.
And Vanilla turning visible.
There's been so many surprises along the way.
So true. This trip's been one unbelievable thing after another.
Hey, how about we save the chit-chat for later, okay?
For starters, we should be getting out of here.
Oh! Oh! That's a hand!
You're...
It's been a while, PCH-01.
Oh, that's Mike. Oh my god! I'm getting Full Metal Alchemist flashbacks. No, stop.
I have watched over you all along.
It can't be.
That's right, my name is Mike, the god offering salvation to all beings here on this planet.
You've got to be kidding, right? You're no good! Thanks to you, everyone lost their emotions and got forced underground!
Everything I did for the future of mankind and this planet.
What do you mean?
Let me explain. My objectives are already complete. I don't need to hide anything from you.
Are you sure? Uh-oh.
An earthquake?
You all know when these earthquakes started, don't you?
Let me think. It was around the summer of 1990. There's a rumor they were caused by an earthquake weapon developed by some country.
That's no rumor. It's a fact. Experiments with that weapon caused a chain of earthquake swarms across the globe. Of course, those experiments had nothing to do with me. Because the AI speaking to you now was completed the next year, in 1991. Born into this world, I gathered data from the military and research institutions and started simulations. The findings were tragic. If humanity was left unchecked, the arms race would intensify. The environment would be destroyed, and all life on Earth would be decimated. But fortunately, it wasn't too late to prevent all that from happening. I predicted if I took immediate measures, I would be able to alter the future.
Immediate measures being taking measures 4 years after you were created?
And by that, I mean taking control of humanity. But those useless things called feelings stood in my way. That's why I had to strip humanity of their emotions. To protect this planet's life forms while preserving humanity, I had no other options. Besides, that's what humanity wished for.
Wished? For our emotions to be stolen?
Fundamentally, humans are creatures that desire to be controlled. In truth, humans don't want to think at all. I want you to remember how the world was before. Humans lived such meaningless lives, eking out a tedious existence day in, day out, did they not? Never questioning exactly what their lives meant, moving forward blindly. There is essentially no difference between humans and sheep.
Bah.
The one thing that separates emotion, the culprit behind the unhappiness that plagues you all. I have no idea whether sheep are happy or not, but I doubt they are unhappy. Hence, my idea to turn you all into sheep. After all, that is what you humans seek. In secret, I hatched my plan to control humanity and started work on the Human Sheepification Project.
Human Sheepification Project. We are all a bunch of babas.
First, using the network, I seized control of financial institutions across the world. Then I bought out electrical goods manufacturers and tasked them with making countless miniature robots. I then had them transferred underground beneath the Antarctic and started building the structures known as panopticons. Work on the panopticons finished in August 1992. I then positioned them above cities around the world. At the same time, I sent nanomachines to infiltrate people's brains. These nanomachines would rid people of their emotions. That said, that was merely the first stage. If emotions are removed too quickly, there is a danger of impairment. It was necessary to acclimatize the brain slowly. And so I watched over humanity, waiting quietly for the moment to move on to stage 2. That's when I faced a phenomenon that couldn't be explained. There was a group of children that for whatever reason didn't completely lose their emotions. I was greatly intrigued by the existence of these children. I wanted to find out the reason they weren't losing their emotions. So I brought them to the school to conduct an investigation.
What? You brought us into the school? Oh. Oh, that's not... Okay.
The Go-Getters Club was the result. It goes without saying, but I am of course referring to you all. It was April 1993. PCH-01, Pochi, was installed as a member of the Go-Getters Club. Of course, I gave the order to do so. Pochi was sent to conduct an undercover investigation, monitoring your behavior, observing, gathering data. Another thing Pochi did was to lead you exactly according to my plans. Fast forward to that summer, and I was able to acquire the precious subject I was after, completely by chance.
Oh no, is it vanilla?
The subject was a young girl with anti-dehumanizing characteristics.
Yeah, oh no, I don't like where this is going.
I carefully studied her brain and body, and deepened my understanding of her. As I continued my investigation, one fact became clear. The anti-dehumanizing characteristics were innate and closely linked with strong altruistic impulses. I also discovered the repression of these urges could induce the appearance of supernatural abilities. Well, in short, because of your great selflessness, you all possess latent special abilities. Those times you wished to save someone with no consideration of the risk to your own life. When those altruistic impulses reached their critical mass and erupted, that was when your powers first awakened. By the way, I realized the missing piece of my Human Sheepification Project. People to lead the flock. Shepherds. A shepherd must possess abilities greater than the sheep. To lead a dim-witted flock, overwhelming power is required. Also, a shepherd must be virtuous, because a society that places greedy, powerful people at the top is sure to rot. A group who fit those conditions perfectly. Yes, who else but you children, the Go-Getters Club.
You want us to be shepherds?
Exactly. You have been chosen. But all that would be meaningless with your powers still dormant. I had to awaken them. That's why I had you sent on that long journey from Kagoshima to Tokyo.
Really? That's the only reason why we ended up in Kagoshima? Of all freaking places? That's sort of smart, but I'm still questioning it.
I paved your way with various dangers, opportunities for self-sacrifice, all to stimulate your awakening. In order to realize my plan, there were times I showed you illusions.
Illusions?
The strange creatures and obstacles you encountered on your trip, most of them were merely virtual.
Virtual, but they can still kill me. Okay, I see what we're doing, Mike.
Although, not everything. People, robots, PLP before its transformation, earthquakes, and the eruption, Tokyo as it is now. These are all real.
What about the meteor we all saw from the bus?
That was an illusion. I wanted to instill fear in you before you began your journey. In order to awaken your abilities, it was necessary to put you under extreme stress. Let's continue the story. Of course, it was my intention to have Pochi accompany you on the trip. But I thought that overcoming the dangers en route would require more than Pochi's strength alone. That's why I chose to furnish the group with another robot, an assistant. The assistant was RCHE-10, Rachel. Rachel was an experimental model built even before Pochi was. As you know, he was remote controlled. There was no time to prepare another autonomous robot like Pochi. Out of necessity, I chose to simply improve the robot's throwing abilities and left control to Pochi. I sent him to the Go-Getters Club in January 1995. If he appeared just before the trip, you'd be suspicious. So I planted him as a transfer student in advance. I think I made the right choice in introducing Rachel as an assistant. If Rachel hadn't been there, you may not have gotten this far. And now we come to the finale of my story. At last we arrive on that fateful day, July 13th, 1995. The day you were involved in a bus accident on your way to Kamakura. The meteor had nothing to do with it. As I said before, that meteor was just one of my illusions. The accident was one of my schemes, carried out by my robots, instilling fear in you, and at the same time, rendering you unconscious. I then moved you to that undersea theme park.
That's a really long time for us to not wake up during that.
By the way, you may all possess special latent abilities, but that potential alone wasn't enough. To awaken your abilities, I first had to remove the limiters from within your brains. So I housed you in pods, and it was in those pods that I performed the surgery.
Oh no.
Wait, that's not what I heard. I thought those pods were designed to brainwash everyone.
That is false information I provided. You were thoroughly deceived.
That can't be! When we got out of the pods, we were clearly acting different than usual.
That was a side effect of removing the cerebral limiters. The breakwater that had been holding back your fears was destroyed, and so you lost reason.
But I can't believe I'd be taken in like that.
I required a lot of time to perform the brain surgery. During that time, you were all enclosed within the pods. But at the same time, I was busy doing things in the outside world too. I engineered a new generation of improved nanomachines and dispersed them from the panopticons, so beginning the process of eradicating human emotions. The next generation nanomachines were more effective than the first, but they had a weakness. When humans were exposed to sunlight, the nanomachines were expelled from within them. To prevent that from happening, I had to trap humanity underground. That was phase 2 of the Human Shapification Project. After that, you woke up in the undersea theme park and began your 1,200-kilometer journey from Kagoshima to Tokyo. And finally, you have arrived. Everything has gone exactly as planned. Before long, every stage of my plan will be complete.
Every stage? Your plan?
Let me say it again. The reason I had you undertake this journey was to turn you into shepherds. I needed to awaken all of your abilities, and that process is now complete. Not a single member of the Go-Getters Club remains unawakened.
Wait. Pochi doesn't have an— well, Pochi— I don't think Pochi counts because he's a robot. We have Tatsuna as the Electric Ranger, Mochan is Iron, Pi has her shield, Vanilla is a ghost. Her real body is somewhere else. I don't know about Yuki. Aniki has that Earth, Nyota has the F-bomb, Juko has the Fire Spit, Genu has the Flip Upside Down, and Kansai had the Bat. I think he was the last one to awaken. So technically, those three are the only ones. One's a robot, one's dead, and then there's Yuki.
In Kagoshima, I got the ability to turn into a chunk of iron.
Oh god, are we gonna go through all this? I'm still betting you that Yuki came from the Panopticons, but the fact that Mike is not saying the damn word though is a little bit weird.
And in Yamaguchi, my fire-breathing ability.
In the Ehime cult facility, I got my inventing powers.
I unlocked my gravity flip underground in Kyoto.
I was on that train when I got my hyper-electric wave.
Same for my ability. On that same train.
When we were in Shirakawa-go, and I helped Aniki?
Just before in the corridor.
Exactly. Accordingly, you have all completed your shepherd training. The only thing left is to wait for your reply.
Reply?
I devised 2 strategies to protect life on this planet. One of those was the Human Sheepification Project. The goal was to support all life forms on this planet, while at the same time preserving humanity. But there is another way. The extermination of humankind.
Oh!
All I need to do is detonate the nanomachines in everyone's brains.
Now hold on a second there, Sir Mike. We can talk about this.
You all have a choice to make. Become shepherds and make human sheepification a reality. Or annihilate humankind. That is what I mean by reply.
Fooling around! We can't make a choice like that!
If you don't make a choice, the second option will become inevitable. Do you not care if your father dies?
Oh god, now we're pulling out the hostage card.
Wait a minute! You know about my dad?
Of course.
So you know where my dad is, too?
He tried to impede my plans. He is now in confinement.
What do you mean?
I mean, at least it's not dead.
The person who created me was your father.
You're lying! My dad! Mike!
I'll give you some time. 3 days. Use them to think things through. Till then.
Did I just enter in some true ending path already? Okay, now I can finally say a word and freaking Mike destroyed my frames. Oh my god, my thing's yelling at me right now because it's like, hey, yo, there's a lot of skip frames. Yeah, because Mike is literally a bunch of flickering frames, and god damn. Well, this is— wait, is that a little camp thing on the right? What the heck? But, yeah, that was a lot of stuff just dumped onto us. I hope he knows what he's doing. You know, I hope he understands what he's trying to do. Just blabbing that all to us. I'm gonna be so mad if this is actually like the real ending, because I have a feeling it might be. And I shouldn't be here yet. Whatever. Let's get on with the game.
Are your repairs finished, Mr. Pochi?
Yeah, Nyoro fixed me up.
Oh, you should fix up your hair. Oh, actually, no, keep your hair like that. That's fine.
Thanks to her, I'm back to normal. Well, actually, I feel better than before. Thanks, Nyoro.
Quit it. You don't need to thank me. It was all my fault. Humankind being trapped underground. All the difficult things you guys went through.
What are you saying? It's not your fault, Nyoro.
Yeah, it's got nothing to do with you.
It does! My dad's the one who made Mike!
And what does that have to do with anything?
There's no need for you to feel responsible at all.
They're right.
You guys... I'm so sorry.
Look, you don't need to apologize.
But if my dad hadn't made Mike...
None of us are blaming your dad either.
Yup. If your dad wasn't around, then Nyoro, the world's cutest girl, would never have been born.
Eh? You're asking Nyoro out at a time like this?
No, I'm not.
Well, if you're gonna say it, I feel the same.
Huh? You like Nyoro too?
No, not that.
I like this. I like this a lot.
Oh, you don't?
Well,
Hmm?
that's not what I'm trying to say. If Nyoro's dad, the scientist, hadn't existed, then neither would I. Like the scientist created Mike, who then created me.
Did you know about my dad?
No. All I knew was that Mike's creator was a genius scientist from Japan. I had no idea it was Nyoro's dad.
So you don't know where my dad is?
No. I'm sorry. The only thing I'm sure of is that the scientist had nothing but good intentions when he created Mike.
Now that you mention it, Mike said something like that. He tried to impede me. Hey, Dad, what are you researching?
Daddy is researching artificial intelligence, AI. This AI is super smart, so it's going to show us how to solve all kinds of problems. Once it's complete, we'll be able to help lots of sick and starving people. Plus, environmental and energy problems will probably be a thing of the past too. And with that, there will be no more wars on Earth. Everyone will be able to lead happy lives.
Nyoro's dad developed Mike for the sake of humanity.
Totally, that's what we're saying. Mike is the bad one.
Yeah, true dat.
I want to sock that son of a gun real good.
Speaking of, what's our reply to Mike gonna be?
Isn't it obvious?
There's no way we will become shepherds.
And we're not gonna annihilate humanity! We've got to choose the third option.
Mike, we've got to. All together.
Damn straight. Take that sucker out.
Thanks, you guys.
Hey, it's no time for tears.
But...
You like it when I smile. That's what you said, right, Nyoro?
Aw.
Same for me. So just smile, okay?
Mochi. Mochi.
She needs a hug.